Dudes in capes.
Rogues who are sneaky.
Join Chris and Roger
As we entertain the geeky.
Pow!
I had no idea what genre you were going for, and we've done it twice, and I'm still like, is this like 50s?
Nobody
60s?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
It's there.
Soultown, Motown?
It's there. Everybody knows it now.
Everyone knows it?
You know what? So last night... Oh, God. Yeah, I thought about what I was going to say there, and it got... Okay.
Oh, no, now we have to know.
Yeah, no, fuck it. So last night, Tara and I were in the shower together, and
saving water.
Saving water, exactly.
You're an environmentalist, nerd.
Apparently, I'm a little bit hippie here, and she was singing some song, and it was not Push It by Salt and Pepper, but that's what I turned it into.
Okay.
So for the rest of the night, she's running around the house. She's like, push it real good. And kept pushing her butt on me. And I was like, oh, God. But we watched Grandma's Boy like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that's why that song was in my head. So then I implanted it into her head in return.
That's the way to do it.
And we've been pushing it real good for the past almost 24 hours now.
That's insane. The fact that you've kept that alive for 24 hours is kind of nuts.
It's stuck in my head, man. What can I say?
Did I tell you about the dream I had the other night?
No.
All right. You remember Paul Sullivan? We had him on the show?
Yep.
I had a dream that him and I killed Hitler.
Okay.
Right.
Via time machine or something like that?
No. Like, it's like, I don't know. I just fucking... Here's the dream started with us walking down the hallway. Paul was dressed in his paintball gear.
Because that is classic Hitler killing
attire.
attire.
How you kill Hitler. I'm just wearing jeans and a shirt, right? Hitler is dressed in full Nazi 9.
Beautiful.
We're walking him down the hallway. He's speaking some Nazi gibberish bullshit, right? And we get to the gas chamber, because that's how we're going to kill him, is in the gas chamber.
We're going to fucking get him in this gas chamber.
And hold on. So Paul turns to Hitler and looks him dead in the eyes, very like just straight face, and goes, "Do you know why they have 11 holes in the shower head?" And Hitler looks at him perplexed, and he just goes, "You're about to find out." And then shoves him in the gas chamber, and we kill Hitler. That was my fucking dream.
That's so weird.
It was a weird dream.
I love that he wasn't wearing like his golf clothes or something like that.
No.
You're like, no, he was wearing full-blown Nazi attire.
Full Nazi 9.
I don't think anybody thinks of Hitler as wearing anything other than that, though.
No, that's just how he is in your head. Like, Hitler is Nazi.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's definitely got the whole get-up on.
Like, the problem is I woke up from that dream, and I felt kind of weird because I just killed a man in my dream.
You felt patriotic.
But it was fucking Hitler, so it was okay.
I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast today, and he was talking to a God, what do they call it?
Historian?
No, it's some kind of biology. It's some kind of biology that deals with the human condition, basically.
Okay.
And the biologist that was on the show, he's like, "Now I'm gonna get a bunch of shit for this." He's like, "But I am not a Hitler sympathist." He's like, "I am a Jew. My family was a bunch of European Jews." But basically, this guy, I wish I could remember his name. It's eluding me right now. But he's like, everybody likes to say Hitler was insane. He's like, from a biological standpoint, that is not the case. He was furthering his biological cause, which was German bloodlines. They're like, so while the methods through which he did it were obscene and insane and wrong, he's like, he was just doing something that biologically every species is trying to do, which is further their bloodline or whatever. And I was like...
Hold on. I can't buy that. And here's why I can't buy that. Hold on.
Shoot.
Time out. Now, I get that you want to keep your... Biologically, you want to keep your species alive. Like that's the reason we procreate. That's why we look after our young. That's why we have the biological need and desire to have children. The difference is, it's not like Hitler was mass murdering a bunch of fucking cows. He was murdering human beings. So it goes from a step from beyond biology to just flat out nationalism. And
it's not beyond biology, though.
Yeah, it is, because I'm not killing...
Stop yourself.
You're killing human beings.
No, time out, and I'm going to explain how you're wrong here. So basically, and again, not taking Hitler's side.
You're on Hitler's side now.
No, I'm not. But if you look at Pride's Alliance,
okay,
there are different prides. If a male wanders onto another male's territory, the male whose territory this new intruder is impeded on will then be attacked. But it is the same concept.
No, it's not.
Biologically, you want your bloodline. You don't have to like it, but that's a science. That's it. That's the science behind it.
Here's the thing: it wasn't like Jews were moving into Germany at a mass rate, and that Hitler was like.
Do you know what the end goal was? To have Germany
little
and
blonde-haired,
Russia.
blue-eyed people.
It was to get Germany centralized out of Russia.
To have little blue-eyed, blue-haired people.
You're not even listening now. You're just
I'm still stuck
because you're wrong.
No,
it's all right.
I'm still stuck on the whole
this
fucking thing.
This isn't coming from me. This is coming from a guy that studies this shit.
I get this, and what he's studying is telling you that Jews aren't human, though he's a Jew.
He didn't say Jews aren't human. He did not say that.
I'm done with this argument.
But he never said that.
Like the whole.
Well, no, you're taking that. You're doing what everybody does right now, and you're taking your own agenda and you're pushing it, and you're like, no, you're evil because you're saying not the case. What he said was he is furthering what his desired bloodline was. And I just used the analogy of a pride of lions. You could say the same with hyenas or whatever.
There's a difference between fighting for the hyenas and the lions are fighting for territory.
Planet Earth is your territory
of people coming in. The Jews were already there. It wasn't
just Jews.
It's not the same thing.
It was Jews, homosexuals, blacks, anybody that was not him.
All people that were already in Germany. They weren't taking over Germany. It wasn't like they just moved in last week.
They were using resources that he thought his bloodline should have.
He was just this. He was like, we need to find someone to blame for the economic downfall. Let's blame the Jews and black people.
Do you know what economics has everything to do with?
If you're going to say biology, I'm
resources.
done.
You don't have to be right.
Do you know what happened? The resources. Do you know why the economy in Germany collapsed? Because we fucked them at the end of World War I. We were like, hey, fuck you guys.
Do you know what it had to do with, though?
Fuck you guys.
The dispersion of resources.
And we're going to fucking make you pay for everything.
Yeah, so when resources can't be dispersed in a way which people see fit, that's when you get this whole supply-demand thing. And that's when you start to see, as far as an economy goes, you start to see recessions and so on and so forth because...
They didn't have a recession. Their economy just collapsed.
Well... And again, recession, depression, whatever you want to call it.
When you're taking Frankfurters or whatever the fuck they're called by the wheelbarrow to buy a loaf of bread, you got a problem.
Exactly.
Frankfurters? What were they called?
I don't even know.
Francs is France money.
I don't know what German money's called. But yeah, I
Hey
mean...
guys, hold on. Time out. I gotta know now. I guys out there, if you happen to know what the German currency was before the rise of Nazism, let us know. Because now I want to know.
We're a little clueless
here.
here.
We could look it up, but that's not as fun.
We want you to tell us.
Yeah,
but no,
that's way more fun.
It was weird listening to that podcast and hearing somebody say that because I was like, that's interesting.
And it's interesting.
And then
don't buy it.
You don't have to buy it.
I'm not. It's a podcast. It better be fucking free.
Well, yeah, it was free.
All right.
But, like, from, you start to think of things and, like, there's biological needs, like, once upon a time, because then I started listening to more podcasts about biology and humans. So, basically, the reptilian portion of your brain, like, the more primitive parts of your brain, are the one that cause you to be territorial. So, this territorial urge is oftentimes what'll have you checking your partner's phone.
Interesting.
And that's all of this, it all makes sense. It's just, it's so peculiar that it can affect human beings on this profound level of a genocide.
Like, I have no desire to check my wife's phone. None whatsoever.
Cool.
Like, there's never been a thing that's popped in my head was...
But before, you would have been looking for predators. Like, that's kind of what that part of your brain is.
To be fair, I always look for predator. Well, like, he's in the fucking trees.
No, but you're looking for predators or males that are getting in on your territory, basically.
Okay, so
like, it's the primitive parts of your brain that cause you to do crazy stuff. What you got?
Here we go. All right, Ronnie Cobb, time out. I'm going to talk about you for a second. All right. So Courtney would come home from work, and she would talk about this guy, Ronnie Cobb. She's like, oh, Ronnie did this, oh, Ronnie did this.
And you're like, I'm going to beat his fucking ass.
Exactly. I'm like, you still in that motherfucker. She's like, no, he's a cool guy. I'm like, no, there's no cool guys.
Apparently not.
And then I met Ronnie Cobb, and I was like, oh, we're cool.
I like him.
I like Ronnie Cobb. He's a good guy. But it is weird, like you do have that, when your woman is like, oh, this guy from work, and you're like, who the fuck?
No, it's definitely, it's one of those things when your partner has somebody else that they're talking to, and you don't know who this person is or anything like that. It's the primitive part of your brain.
It's instant, who the fuck?
Yeah, it's the primitive part of your brain. You get a little bit primal there, and you're like, you shall not take my mate.
It's mine. That's why we still have bar fights.
That's why we have bar fights. That's why we have wars. Like, there's primitive urges there for all of that. It's your ability to rationalize outside of that is what's inhibited. So you can have
Do you think
crazy
it'd be
things
better
like
if we
that
just
happen.
beat our chest, go back to the days where we were just beating our chest and...
Oh, from a society standpoint, absolutely not. If we became smaller tribes, yes, society would be better off. Maximum number of people that anybody should be around is about 150.
I don't even like that many people.
No, that's a lot. But 50 to 150 is basically your sweet spot for a little tribe or society. Now,
then communism would work in that.
We're not going there.
I'm just saying, in small communities, that is the ideal format to go.
I mean, you could have bartering systems, all kinds of stuff, because communities would communicate with other communities as well.
Yeah, they're doing this in The Walking Dead.
But
setting up trade routes.
Exactly. But once you get more than that, which is where we're at now as a society, because what is your reach now? Like if I put something on social media, thousands of people see it.
Time out. Why even talk social media? We have listeners from all over the world on this podcast,
and part of this podcast is done through social media, though. So that's what I'm saying.
Part of it,
but something that everybody can relate to: your Facebook post.
Right.
Thousands of people can see your Facebook post. Millions if you have something that goes viral.
That'd be sweet. Wouldn't it?
You're not meant to have, like, on a biological level, you're not meant to have contact with that many people. So now you start to develop mob mentalities and stuff like that, which you also see right now. Times are crazy.
So just get rid of Facebook?
It's not just Facebook. It's how many people we interact with as often as we do. It's just so many.
Do you interact, like, okay, so, I don't know, my thing is this, like, I post something on Facebook. If, like, there's a comment from somebody I know or I find something witty or funny or worth replying to, I reply. For the most part, I throw it out there just because I think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. But that thing that you throw out there, so we'll say you retweet something, you repost something, anything along the lines of that. How many thousands of people or millions of people have seen that one thing?
I don't know, don't care.
And that's where it's like, wow, something that small. Now, it's a good thing when you're talking about the sharing of information. It's a bad thing when you start to talk personal bias and the human condition.
But that's the whole reason we go that's the whole reason we go to movie theaters and do things outside of our familiar unit is to experience things in a setting with people that we don't know.
I'd go to the movie theater to be out of my cave.
Why would you ever want to leave your cave?
Because I like to see the world a little bit.
Like first off, I'm getting to that age.
I'm a nomad.
Like I'm getting to that age where it's got to be a damn good reason for me to come out of the house.
We're out of food. Fuck it. I'll eat my foot.
I will order food. It will come to me now. I don't need to fucking leave. And I try. Oh, I try not to leave the house so much.
Roger's got the body of a hunter-gatherer.
Okay. like I do a lot of fishing. So if I'm already out, like if I'm leaving work, I will stop and fish on the way home because I'm already out. But if I get home, getting me back out, no.
It's over.
Yeah, there's definitely a sweet spot of, if I get home and poop, I am not leaving the house.
It's done. If I poop, it's done.
If I poop, I'm not leaving.
I love that pooping is your end-all be-all.
It is, because, once you poop, you've pretty much said, I'm home, Yeah,
I don't like to poop at work. So
I don't either.
If I have to poop at work, I'm like, I'm going to hold this for as long as I
possible.
Can. And I've only pooped at work a couple of times.
Nope.
And when I do,
when you get home.
It's a big ordeal. I don't poop. I poop once a day.
No.
It's when I get home.
Look, in the morning, when you get home and before you go to bed, keep it clean.
I don't need to poop that much.
Well, I can't believe we're actually talking about this.
No, like everybody's on a poop schedule. Everybody's is different. It's based on your lifestyle.
But girls don't poop.
Guys, what's your poop schedule like?
That's a question.
That's a question.
That's a question. How often and what is it like? Like I heard.
You don't have to describe the consistency.
Yeah, I don't want to know
cookies.
what color your poop are. I just don't know. Are you morning, afternoon? Do you go a couple times a day? I got this guy at work right now. He says he only goes like once every 3 days.
That sounds like he's gonna die.
Right? That's what I thought.
That's like a bowel obstruction.
He's like, no, I just go once every 3 days and I'm fine. I'm like, you're fucked up.
He's like, my stomach hurts really bad.
You should
but I'll
go
be
to
fine.
the doctor.
Maybe his body just processes food like shit. Does he only eat once every 3 days?
No, he eats breakfast and
lunch.
lunch.
That guy must shit something that's like as large as a fucking, as big around as like a 2-liter
like
every time.
It's got to be a bowl filler. It really does.
When I was in 2nd grade, and I'm able to tell you the grade that I was in because that's how much this stuck with me.
Okay.
I'm at school. I go in the bathroom. I walk into one of the stalls because all the urinals were full. I go into the stall. There is seriously a fucking poop that came out of a human person that was as big around as like a fucking one of those 1-liter Mountain Dew bottles.
Oh, man.
I'm like, holy shit, somebody died. So when you're in grade school, those only go up to like 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah. Yeah.
A fucking child that was in 5th grade, 6th grade could not have made a human being could not have made this shit.
A teacher
couldn't have made that shit. It was so big around. That would kill a full-grown man. Like, I don't think Shaq could have pooped this shit. It was huge.
And that's what stuck with you?
That fucking poop, man. The image is seared into my brain. I walked into one of the other stalls and fucking peed, and then I was like, that was the worst day of my life.
Fair enough.
It was fucked up, man. This is so not geeky what we're talking about right now.
We seriously just spent the past 17 minutes talking about poop and Hitler.
We did get into...
And biology.
A little bit of, yeah.
Yeah, there was no geeky, comic-y, booky news. What do you think Spider-Man's poop schedule's like?
I don't know. Do you ever think he's like web slinging? And he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna drop a deuce right now.
No, but so here's my thing. Like, you ever like...
Do you think he's pissed his pants while he was
That's
going?
exactly what I was going to say. Because there's sometimes when you just gotta go, where you're trying to rush to the bathroom, but you're web slinging. It'd be really hard.
Well, yeah, what if you just got done fighting a bunch of bad guys? He goes to school, okay?
Batman's pissed himself. Batman year 1.
Fair enough.
I don't know why that just popped in my head.
But what if you're like, okay, he just got out of school. He didn't have a chance to pee before he left. He's trying to go to the grocery store to get something for Aunt May real fast. Okay?
Medicine. Aunt May's medicine.
He's trying to get Aunt May's medicine.
Right.
He's rushing there. He's like, I don't have time to pee. And then fucking he sees crime happening. So he's like, shit.
He's got to stop crime.
Yeah, he goes and stops crime. It takes a little longer than he thought. It was a bank robbery. There were hostages involved. Shocker shows up. So he's like, shit. He doesn't get to pee, and then he's like, well, fuck it, I got her medicine, I'm slinging my way home, I'm peeing right now.
You know, I think we just wrote an early issue of Spider-Man.
Basically.
Wow. That's the thing.
I peed in the car the other day. So, I don't know why, but I didn't pee before I left my destination. And I got stuck in the drive-thru. It was really late. I got stuck in the drive-thru. And I had to find this fucking 32-ounce QT cup that was sitting there. I dumped whatever liquid was in there out.
Yeah.
And I pissed in it. I, filled the thing up.
All been there. We've all done that.
And I was like, dude. It's while I was sitting at the orders thing. And they asked me to wait a minute. They're like, will you please wait a minute? And I was like, sure. And 45 seconds later, I'm like, I really need to pee. And then another minute or two goes by, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm peeing right now. If they start talking to me, they can wait. Can you hold on a minute? I'm taking a piss.
You can hold on a minute. Oh
I'm trying to give you money, motherfucker.
Oh my god, I can't believe you just told that story. That's almost as bad as the bed fucking story.
Yeah, I mean, you told a story about you banging it out with the bed. I owed the listeners that.
We gotta go.
Yeah, guys. Go to our website, entertainthegeeky.com.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, you can follow all of our social media there.
Make sure you send us your poop schedule.
Yeah, we need your poop schedule. We actually asked for a couple of things there. We asked...
poop schedule?
Poop schedule. We asked something about the biology stuff that we talked about.
Do you think Spider-Man's ever peed himself? That's a question I want to know.
Yeah, do you think Spider-Man has peed while web-slinging?
Yeah.
This is fucked. Stay geeky?
I guess.